Hello everyone and welcome to another weekly outlook video. As usual, we start with the DXY. DXY is the dollar. If you're new, please subscribe to this channel and welcome to the community. So we're going to start with the weekly time frame. So we start with the weekly time frame every time we are doing our weekly outlook because you're starting a new week. Whenever we're starting a new month, we will start with the monthly time frame. If you're starting a new quarter, we start with the 3 months time frame. So that is how you start your analysis. Because the people were asking when do should I use the monthly and when to use the weekly. So that's how I go about it. So we're going to start with DXY. So last week we wanted to see a bullish week, and that is exactly what we got. So we marked this order block, which price that tagged, yes, and then we had that. So as of now, this is previous month high, which is actually our target for this month. So if you look at the daily time frame, you can see we have this order block here, which was actually tagged by price. So far that's the only PD array we have. And yeah, so basically that's what I want to see. Most probably either we have that retracement back to this order block, which was already tagged, but still this is a possibility. Then we continue with the move, or we just rally price to tag this previous month high. So let's look at USDCHF, and again USDCHF, you can see last week we had a bullish week, which is what we wanted to see. Now target again is this previous month high. So if you look at the daily time frame, you can see we have this order block. So either we might open the week target, continue going bullish, or price fails to tag this order block and they just rally higher. So that's what I'm watching. So let's look at EURUSD. So EURUSD and DXY are negatively correlated. So if you're expecting a bullish DXY, then EURUSD we're anticipating more bearish moves. So you can see, okay, let's start with the weekly time frame. So if you look at the weekly time frame, you can see we had this inversion fair value gap, which was actually tagged by price. This week they just ended, and we had that bearish move. So if you look at the daily time frame, you can see we have this. Of course, we inverted this fair value gap here, and this is what was used last week to push price lower. So we have that, don't need that anymore. So as of now, where price is, we work with this order block here. So either we get a retracement to this volume imbalance here and also tag the order block and continue bearish, or we just open the week, have a slight retracement and continue going lower. Okay, so if you look at this here, even though this is a bullish candle, if you move to a higher time frame than the daily, that is not weekly, you will find that this is one bearish candle. This is likely an order block too. This can be used to, we can just now have that bearish move. We open and we just go lower. And you will also see with DXY, because you can see DXY also have that option where price, we just open and rally higher. If that happens, then expect the same for EURUSD. We just open and rally lower. So let's look at GBPUSD. So GBPUSD also we're still expecting more bearish moves. And last week, price tagged this volume imbalance. Then we had that bearish move. So let's look at the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can see we have this inversion fair value gap. And this inversion fair value gap was created on Thursday. And you can see again, price tagged it on Friday. So I'm sure right now you see there's something common right now. You can see DXY, USDCHF, even right now GBPUSD. Already price has tagged a PD array that we'd have used. It was actually tagged on Friday. So either price, again, we have a retracement and price tags it one more time, or we just open and rally lower. Okay, so that's how I see for all our major pairs so far. That is what we have. So let's look at the yen pairs. And for yen pairs, we like to start with the yen basket. So yen basket is like DXY for USD pairs. Okay, so you can see finally price has tagged the, which low was this? This was 2024 low. Yeah, this was 2024 low. We actually wanted price to tag this 2025, but it failed to do that. So you can see the first month of 2026, that's when price has finally tagged this low. Because you remember, guys, even last week and the other week, I've been telling you guys that for yen basket, it is too bearish. I would want to see a retracement or for before we can say that we want to continue with the bearish move. So, and it's nice. I like the fact that price has already tagged this. So we've already taken a major liquidity, major low. So now us now getting that retracement now makes a lot of sense. So if you look at the daily time frame, you can see already we have inverted this fair value gap here, which is good. This is what we want to see. So then I want to see this is a nice key level that the market can use to push price higher. So if you look at GBPJPY, so you see guys, this weekly fair value gap, I've been watching this for the past 2 weeks, and I told you guys I'm not looking for buys. I'm not interested in buys unless we have a retracement to this and then we continue bullish. But you can see last week price just for the past 2 weeks actually, the other week and last week price just opened and we had that bullish move. We did not actually go retrace to this weekly fair value gap, and that's okay. So this right here is an inversion fair value gap that price tag. So I like how price tagged this, and then we had that more of like a rejection and even closed bearish. So I'm looking at bearish moves for GBPJPY, which is good. You can see now it's in line with the yen basket because yen basket we're looking for bullish moves. So if you look at the daily time frame, you can see this is what you have. This is nice. This is what I wanted to see for honestly for GBPJPY. So you can see we have inverted this fair value gap here. Now, this is a good key level that the market can use before we continue with the bearish move. So my target is this low here, of course, to this weekly fair value gap. This is the first target. And remember, I told you guys, once price gets to this weekly fair value gap, we decide at this point to see if price violates it and if we invert it, then expect more bearish moves. Since we started 2026, I'm not really at GBPJPY because it's just been going bullish, bullish, bullish. And to me, this is really premium. All this price action here has been really premium. And I was waiting for this retracement, which is what you can see. It looks like we are likely to get. So let's look at gold, and of course, gold was bullish. Literally, gold we're at all-time highs. So I'm not I'm not seeing a situation how I'm going to counter trend this bullish move. So if you look at the daily time frame, if you're going to continue with this bullish move, of course we have this fair value gap here. Actually, on the weekly we have this order block. This is the PDRA that we have. We have this bullish order block here, which if you look at it on the daily time frame, you can see it's in line with this fair value gap here. So either we open the week and we continue bullish, or we have more retracement back here. But then this is an important point, guys, for gold. If for whichever reason price inverts this, if price inverts this, then there's a possibility that we're likely to see bearish moves. So let's look at NAS 100. And if you look at NAS 100, we're some sort of in a consolidation. This is more of a ranging market. Because if you look at NAS 100, we've been just having a bullish moves. It's been at all-time highs. So if you look at the daily time frame, you can see we had this fair value gap here at some point, which price used it as support to push price higher. We ended up sweeping all this liquidity. Then we have all this bearish move. So this here is an order block right here. That's an order block, which you can see price tagged it on Thursday and also Friday. So if you're going to continue with this bearish move, it would be nice if price uses this to push price lower, this order block here. Then we'll be looking at this low here and also this low here if you're going to see bearish, because we're literally in a range between, we're looking at this high. So first of all, at some point we were looking at this high and this low, and you can see price, we were just here until finally we have done what, we have swept this high. So most of the time when you're trading in a range, you find the only way bias makes sense, it's just watching the levels and where the market is. Just move with the flow at that point. That is all I prepared for this weekly outlook video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you watch these videos and you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one.